My name is Sarah. I am 35 years old. I live in a small, peaceful town. Life here is simple. The streets are quiet, and people know each other. I always thought I was lucky. I had a nice house, a loving husband, and a steady job as a teacher. My husband, Jack, and I were married for 10 years. I thought we were happy. Jack and I met in a coffee shop 12 years ago. I was reading a book, and he walked up to me. "Do you come here often?" he asked with a warm smile. I laughed and said, "No, this is my first time." That was the beginning of our story. We talked for hours that day. He was charming, funny, and kind. I felt special when I was with him. 1 year later, we got married. Our wedding was small, with only close friends and family. Jack held my hands and promised, "I will love you forever." Tears filled my eyes as I said, "I do." Everyone clapped and cheered. I felt like I was living a dream. After our wedding, we moved into a small house with a garden. Jack painted the walls a soft blue, my favorite color. I planted flowers, roses, daisies, and tulips. Every evening, we sat in the garden, drinking tea and talking about our day. The first few years were wonderful. Jack worked as a manager, and I taught children. We saved money, went on vacations, and built memories. We laughed, we danced, and we dreamed about the future. Jack often said, "Sarah, you are my everything." I believed him. But then, things started to change. It began slowly. Jack started coming home late. He said he was busy with work. At first, I believed him. I told myself, he works hard for us. But then, he stopped talking to me as much. He didn't ask about my day. He didn't sit with me in the garden anymore. One day, I found a lipstick mark on his shirt. It was red. I never wore red lipstick. My favorite color was pink. My hands started shaking when I saw it. This must be a mistake, I told myself. I wanted to believe it was nothing. That evening, I asked Jack about the shirt. He smiled and said, "Oh, it's from work." A colleague hugged me. "It means nothing." I nodded, but my heart felt heavy. I wanted to trust him. I wanted to believe him. Weeks passed, but the feeling in my heart didn't go away. Jack was still coming home late. He spent more time on his phone. When I asked him, "Who are you texting?" he said, "It's work." I didn't want to fight, so I stayed quiet. One evening, Jack said he had a business meeting. He left at 6 p.m. I felt lonely, so I decided to surprise him. I baked cookies and went to his office. I thought, he will be so happy to see me. When I arrived, the office was dark. His car wasn't there. I called him, but he didn't answer. My heart started racing. Where is he? I thought. I waited in the parking lot for an hour. Then, I drove home. When I got home, I saw Jack's car in the driveway. The lights in the living room were on. I parked my car and walked to the window. I looked inside. What I saw broke my heart. Jack was sitting on the couch with another woman. She was younger than me, with blonde hair and a red dress. She was laughing, and Jack was holding her hand. He looked happy. Happier than I had seen him in a long time. I stood there, frozen. My hands were shaking. Tears filled my eyes, but I wiped them away. I opened the door and walked inside. Jack jumped up. "Sarah," he said, his face turning pale. The woman looked at me, then at Jack. She said I should go. She grabbed her bag and hurried out of the house. I turned to Jack. My voice was shaking. "Who is she?" I asked. Jack didn't answer. He looked at the floor. I repeated, "Who is she, Jack?" He finally said, "Her name is Lisa. She works with me." "How long has this been going on?" I asked. Jack said, "A few months." My heart broke into pieces. I couldn't believe it. I said, "I gave you 10 years of my life, Jack. I loved you. I trusted you. How could you do this to me?" Jack said, "I didn't mean to hurt you. It just happened." I shook my head. "It didn't just happen, Jack. You made a choice. You lied to me. You betrayed me." I went to the bedroom and packed a bag. Jack followed me. He said, "Please, Sarah. Don't leave. We can fix this." I looked at him and said, "No, Jack. It's too late. I deserve better." I left that night. Now, I live in a small apartment. It's not as big as the house Jack and I shared, but it's mine. The first few weeks were hard. I cried every night. I felt angry, sad, and lost. I missed Jack, even though he hurt me. But slowly, I started to heal. I started painting again. I painted flowers, trees, and sunsets. Painting made me feel calm. I joined a book club and made new friends. We meet every week, drink coffee, and talk about our favorite books. Sometimes, I think about Jack. I remember the good times, but I also remember the pain. I know I made the right choice. I learned something important. I deserve respect, love, and honesty. I don't need someone who lies to me. Now, when I sit by my window and watch the sunset, I feel at peace. Life is not perfect, but it is still beautiful. I am free, and I am happy.